Hey everybody, how's it going? Peter here with Forte Trader. It's May 17th, Sunday, and I want to make this video a little bit early because an awesome idea came in my head. I know I said I was going to take a little bit of a break, focus more on my trades this next week or two, but when I see great ideas, I just can't stand it, and I'd love to share them. The idea here is on nat gas. So we're looking at the energy sector in the futures market /NG. I like to look at the hourlies. Let me tell you why. Me personally, I'm looking at hourlies is because on my TT platform, I've really adopted. I've gone over 3 books now, bought and read 3 books on Ichimoku. I like the cloud-based system on a technical aspect, and then also TT has a really nice. I believe CQG might have it too in Rhythmic, but like the big major data providers have constant candle bars, and it helps me look at the market in such a better way, in a smoother way versus time charts. So I've been creating myself more of a smaller intraday opportunities on these things by having certain watch list. Here's my watch list for now, by the way. For those of you who want to pause and look at this, if you're spread trading, here's my future spread trades. Okay. And, as contracts roll, I roll ahead of them a little bit. I try to stay ahead of the front month contracts. But let's get into this idea I got here. First of all, let me put this back here. Oh, no. Let's go back here just for now. All right. And let's get back to our trading view. So, anything past a daily, higher time frame, the more respect price has to, right? We all know that. But I start with a daily highest right now. I am going personally myself on shorter time opportunities. I'm trying to eventually build out possibly a trade fund with a bunch of a couple of their traders. So I'm building intraday opportunities on spreads. They're kind of like algorithmic institutional style trades. So eventually later on, we're going to be looking at building ADL, Algo Design Lab on TT, and performing some of these ideas that I've been working on automated. And then that way I have a fund, and we're doing intraday stuff and then higher time frame. Let's get into the nat gas. So on a daily, real quick here, guys, we see a low 150s. We've been playing this game here for a couple of months with since March with nat gas and everything going on. Another major reason, guys, I'm not swing trading as much anymore. I've been, those of you that know me personally, I was spread trading seasonality spreads for last few years, my own money, real money, no BS, making 30-40% a year. But I took a couple of big hits. One hit was out of my stubbornness, but other ones were just because of what goes on lately, right? And seasonality's all just been broken and twisted. And I told myself, I'm going to come up with shorter time frame opportunities because it only takes those one time a year hits or a tweet and stuff, and then your accounts get really, hard work you put in to build them, they can also get hit pretty hard, and so I've been looking at building more of an intraday kind of shorter term opportunities, maybe 3, 4, 5 day swing trades, if anything, because especially you look at energy sector, you wake up to these gaps and it's just not pretty. So with that said, we're looking at these bottoms here on a daily 150s. We still have some room for that to happen, and so I want to try to find out what opportunity do I have on nat gas. Well, me again personally, shorter time frame of things, I'm trading the cloud. I'm in and out within hours, making the same $10 a tick, and I know I can sleep at night because therefore here I'm not really active anymore once I'm away from this computer. But there's still people that would love to swing trade this stuff, and a lot of funds do, and a lot of big money traders do. Well, here's an opportunity. We can go long, we can wait a little bit out, and we can go long here nat gas outright. If you got the money, the risk adversity for it, good for you. The smartest thing to do, in my opinion, would be maybe go for a calendar spread. You can go with the July, August. You can go way later in the year. These things have so much volume in them. You can buy the whatever front month, as for example, July, and then sell another month after it just to kind of reduce your risk, your span margin and all that stuff. And you can actually still make pretty darn good percentage of the actual move. There's also option opportunities. Years ago, before I got into calendar spreads, I first read an option premium selling book by the Complete Guide to Option Selling by Cordier. This guy, you guys probably know him. He's out in Florida. He runs a fund, and he had a really, really amazing book. I traveled around the world with that book. I read it completely, word for word. and was intrigued by it, but it was still it was just not my taste. I think that it's amazing opportunities out there and solid money. So let's talk about that too. We can wait here and go along a calendar, July August calendar, and hope to get this run back up to the twos. But then it's still not the best time to get in. I'd wait a little bit more. Or now on my TT platform, I'm not familiar with the options. Never messed with them. I tried to open one up today. It's a little bit complicated, so I'm going to pull up my TD Ameritrade, which is where I'm very, very well versed with option tables over here. So if we see that price is sitting at 163 and we want to go long, let's say hypothetically we're going to go long this week. Maybe price got down here to the 150s, okay? I still wouldn't say this is an entry point, okay? Do not take this video as this is some entry point I'm suggesting. Just hypothetical. Let's say we got in, we waited a little bit better price action this upcoming week, and we want to go long. You can sell a vertical bull put spread. Okay, these things get confusing, and you can do that at these levels. Look at the volume, guys and gals, on the futures puts. 13,000, 2,000, 1,000, 6,000, 2,000. Look at all this. Look at what people are doing here. Okay, and there's probably people here. I'm sorry. So here's all the open interest, right? So what you can do is you can sell like a 150 vertical and go out as far as 50 cents out, and I'm not here to teach you guys how to do all this, and you can collect 57 cents. Let me click confirm and send before I send it. You collect $570 right away. You have a buying power effect. It's going to cost your account $535. Somebody else that's buying a straight out call on this is probably paying like $4,400 out of their account. But we're collecting $562 per contract. Okay? Now, you already have this money in your account. How do you manage it? Now, the book that I read with how they do it, they're a little bit more aggressive. They'll go double the credit. So they want to try to see if they can, over the course of this contract, they can get, and by the way, this is a 101-day contract. I'm not coming in too close to these things. I don't come in and in fact, if you are premium selling, let me reiterate all this. We should be closer towards 40 days and less. The further out we go, you get your longer term option buyers in here. And it's not your ball game there. A premium seller's ball game is up in these 45 day and less and things like that. So let's see what this looks like here. If we sell, the cool thing with future options is you can sell pretty far out and still collect good money. Versus if you did this on stocks. So here we're looking at still collecting $440, and this is something that has 39 days to expire. There's people in here that are probably buying up. If you see these people here, there's people that are going to be buying calls that are paying you. They think this thing's they're going to buy calls. They're buying short-term call, and there's things in here called like theta decays. They're Greek terminology, guys. Let's just be simple here. It's to the disadvantage of the buyer here in this world. This is a premium seller's world. And so, you collect $440. How would some guys manage that how some people would manage this is, the book that I read, like I said, they'll double the credit because they want to try to reap the whole credit. They want to keep this credit they get immediately in their account and for their customers because they're money managers. And what they do is double the credit. So they'll risk $432 to get $432, and if they lose it, they lose it. I don't like that particularly. The general way most option premium sellers will do it is as soon as they get this credit, they'll immediately turn around and put a reverse order to buy it back at a debit of half of this. So, you get $440, put in a debit reverse order for $220. This thing goes against you. You still got $220 just like that. Now, there's ways to work it, guys. And by the way, I'm not an option pro. I'm just making a suggestion. I'm really good at calendar spreads on futures, straight up contracts and spread them. Okay, that's what we do. and I'd be looking at maybe getting here again long. Now, another thing I'm working on myself, guys, is the Ichimoku Cloud. I've been really intrigued by the Ichimoku Cloud, and it's been working really good for me personally. And I don't care what market you look at, I can break it down a cloud for you in your chart and find great opportunities. So if we put a cloud overlay here on this daily, we see that we've had a nice short bear run here with the cloud system, and we've had 3 bottoms here, making another one. Maybe this is going to just be weaker from here and go out, but we have a potential breakout here. Already there's been a TK cross on our cloud, and so and the future is looking like it's going to be bull. We have the 200-day moving average we have to break through. We have resistance in the 2s that we got to break through, but we still have plenty of run here. This is a future. This is, it's $10 a tick. So that's kind of shorter term time frame stuff that I'm working on. Let's break it down into an hourly and look at it from the hourly basis. Now, when I'm doing these on let me copy this real quick. I'm doing this with 500 candles, so they're more intraday, and then I got to sit there and babysit them until I get me myself. I learn ADL, Algo Design Lab coding, or I get myself somebody to do it, because it's just a lot on my plate right now, doing it all. I got the time, but it gets complicated, and I'm trying not to keep learning everything. That's why eventually I just want to have a team, and we just start implementing things, and maybe at some point just do private fund, because we got great opportunities. We've spent years to put these things together. We have great opportunities. I got several traders now that have great ideas in the group, and I think we might just go private. I don't know. It's an idea. But you see, we've had this nice bear run here, the Ichimoku Cloud here, again, on an hourly. You could have just been swing trading this stuff, ladies and gentlemen. I mean, and it doesn't need to get that complicated. I know sometimes I use words for people that are new here. It sounds too, too much lingo. You guys probably thinking, I apologize. That's not my intent. My intent of growing this business was to make things simple for people, because there is a lot of damn lingo out there. And some of the people that are using them, they're not willing to teach you. Trust me. I've gone through a lot of that lately. I knocked on a lot of doors, kicked down a lot of doors, and no one's out there. They're willing to come and brag and tell you something on the internet, and then they disappear when you ask for help. A lot of people aren't collaborators, guys. The people using them lingos out there, and trust me, and so we keep this thing simple, and you can find great opportunities. You don't have to have an explanation of everything. Some people want too much explanation. It's just not my cup of tea. I mean, so here's opportunities that I'm shooting out to you guys, again, to the public. All discretion involved. Read your risk disclosures. Okay? I'm just giving it an idea, and I think it's a great idea on nat gas. So again, you have futures opportunities, outrights. You have spread opportunities, which is the way I like to go. You want to go with an option, sell yourself a premium, collect money up front, put a reverse order right away to stop yourself at half that credit. Okay? And that's about it. That's the opportunities there. What I'm looking at this week personally myself, for those that want to know my watch list. Here's my watch list. I got a couple in the meat sector. Okay. I got some grains, and then I have my energies. And that's all I'm looking at on spreads. Okay. As far as trying to look for daily opportunities, I'm going to be trying to implement this on some equities, outrights, with my charting platform that I have here, but trading off a different platform. So I'll be using my Ichimoku Cloud. In fact, hang on. And this has nothing to do with the idea of nat gas in this video, but, for example, micro ES, I'm going to use this chart, but I'm going to trade it off my TradeStation account. Okay, because it's just, I like the 500 constant candles. Sometimes you can switch them to 1,000 volume constant candles along with my cloud. And I'm just looking for these short runs. I'm looking for these quick 10-point, 5-point breakouts off of these clouds. And this is what I'm going to do for intraday stuff. Okay, so I'm working on that. That's going to be the plan. Again, the main idea and focus point of the video here was nat gas. You want to look at nat gas opportunities, and then kind of just go from there. Support resistance, cloud systems, whatever you want to use, I'm just sharing this idea. Hope you guys have a good trade week. Take care.